in today's mail here before we start the day's work. John DeTavio, the bombastic one, and Tom Niebuhr. This is Tom's kit from Blue Sky Models. It's a John DeTavio design, the JD Falcon. I think this design was flown by a lot of people other than John, but this is something I really like. Check this out. This is the graphics on the wing. I don't know, I'm assuming Tom did this. I think that's pretty special. Pretty nice. A nice tribute to the victims of 9/11. USS Cole, too. Anyway, we've looked at one of Tom's kits. They are really prime. They are beautiful. And the JD Falcon was one of the classic designs of my childhood. If you're interested, give Tom Niebuhr a call. Blue Sky Models. Now, as you know, in the past, we've made some custom Brodak colors. And I just got a package from Bob Brookins here. I'll explain what I'm going to be testing and doing. It's a real simple thing. And since we're going to be going up to Hampton, one of the other people that does a lot of this is Dave Midgley. And that is mixing custom colors. Let's say there's a reason you want to have this custom, I don't know, whatever the reason, this color, it needs to be exactly this color. Let's just make a scenario up. And the colors that John already stocks, and we sell a lot of Brodak dope, so we kind of know which are the popular colors and the unpopular ones. But let's say they didn't have this one. This, and we just showed Tom Niebuhr's JD Falcon. Well, that's a custom color. And the way you go about making custom colors, it's not that difficult, but here's a couple of do's and don'ts. You want to, this would be my way, you want to start with a lot more paint than you think you're going to need. Now, in the case, I would say if you're going to do a custom, like, let's just use Tom Niebuhr's plane as an example. You really only need a pint. Make a quart of the color. Make more than you need. Because the reason a year later you may have to do a repair, and you'll always have the can sitting around with some paint in it that's an exact match. In other words, it's easier to make a color and then save some and get it to match so that both of these come out being exactly the same thing somewhere down the road. And you can't tell where the repair begins or ends. Well, especially with custom colors. Now, the way to make a custom color, in this case, what we're looking for, the plane one of several planes that we're still working on is called the Testarossa. And there are two S's in Testarossa. Of course, it's named after the Ferrari. They're all red Ferrari. Well, what I wanted to have, if we're going to make a Testarossa, I wanted to have Ferrari red. Well, I asked my good friends Bob Brookins to find me the closest thing to Ferrari red. And he had sent me this package from his Brookins Body Shop and Hobbies. I know what's in here. There's pigment. Now, what we want to do, again, I need to do a little bit of a test. Each color, unless you know ahead of time how much pigment goes into a quart of paint or a pint, some colors like black, for instance, there's a very little, small amount of pigment, maybe 2%, 3%. Some colors like red, for instance, there's a lot of pigment. Sometimes there's 20% pigment. And some colors, the real fancy ones, which this just happens to be Ferrari red, Testarossa Ferrari red. I think we'll name this color Testarossa red. Well, there's a lot of pigment because it's a dye and not a solid pigment. So there's a lot more in some of the custom colors than you would expect. But you need to know, for our application, when I paint in a car, you need to know how much to put in there. So I have a little way that I do my custom mixing, and this works with Brodak dope every time. But again, it takes a little bit of time to do this, but this is really well worth it. I want to fill this exactly half with clear. Half clear. This is Brodak Clear unthinned. Now I want to take the pigment. Usually it'll come in small jars. Bob Brookins has gotten this from many people, including Midgley, who want custom or purples or reds or pinks. Well, now I need to know, how much pigment am I going to need to make this? Well, I know I'm going to use this much paint, so I want to mix a whole quart. So what I want to do is maybe take, and this would be a random thing, I would take this much pigment, mix it with thinner first, mix it with the same amount of thinner, so it's always 50-50. 50% pigment, 50% thinner. Shake it up, mix it up real good. It's a lot easier to do that with some pigments than with others, and add it. Now this is going to take on a life of its own. But now you don't know if you have too much pigment or not enough. Easy way to tell. You do a little test. You take a light bulb, a model part that you're going to use. You take this material now and add the top part thinner. So that now you have 50% thinner, 50% clear, and some random amount of pigment. And you don't know if the pigment is enough, too much, or not enough. Spray something. It'll usually spray well at about 20 psi. You spray this part, let's just pretend it's a flap. You spray the part. You let it dry. Give it an hour or so to dry. Now you look at it to see if it's covering well, you're probably in good shape. And you've hit it pretty close. If it's not covering, you can add a little more of the pigment. Just put a little more into the mix. Now you've got a little more pigment in there. See, I'm trying to do this cute. Try again. So now you get decent coverage. But now, you got to sneak up on this. You can't do it from the other way. It's easier to do it by adding pigment. You want to hit a point at which it dries dull. At the point it starts to dry dull, you know you're sneaking up or you've gone past the point of maximum pigmentation. Now you need to add a little bit of clear. So on top of this mix, by now you've sprayed some, add a little more clear. It'll be less dull. You see where this is going? As you add clear, it'll get shinier and shinier. You want it to be just at the point where it has a little bit of a shine and it's not dull. The reason is if it's dull, you've got too much pigment. This is an indicator you have too much. Now we're going to see Midgley over this weekend, and he's good at mixing custom colors. In fact, some of them I think they're not my first choice, but that's Dave's pinks and greens and stuff. Anyway, dull tells you there's too much pigment. A little bit of a shine is just about perfect, and if it's really shiny, you need more pigment. So this will allow you a real easy way to make enough material that you can paint that plane with a custom color. Still have enough left over for what may be a future plane or a tentative repair. This is a method that I've used over and over on the Spitfires, on the Typhoon. We've mixed a lot of custom paint. And if you have any question about any of these custom pigments, you need to have pigment that goes in acrylic lacquer, not enamel. Bob Brookins is the man. This is what he does for a living. And as far as I can tell by looking at some of the planes that he's built and flown, he's a master at what he does. He's certainly better than I am at this. But I'm going to take this pigment out of the box, take a look at it, and see if it's Testarossa red. I don't know if you can see this, and I'm not going to do a test right now, but this is a very bright red. It actually looks a little brighter than even the Miss Ashley red, which is the brightest red I know of so far, but that's a good one. As I can tell, if I really am... This was given to me by Carlos Serra. This is a real piece of work. It's got little shock absorbers and everything too. But, besides the point, I can take the fairing off, which just all comes apart. And it's a tad brighter than the Ducati red. Ducati red is a little on the maroon side, not much. But this is going to be excellent. Let's see if we can I don't know if you can spot that on the video, but that is a good way to test it. Anyway, we're going to be doing a lot of painting this fall. And when the Testarossa paint is actually mixed, you'll definitely get to see it on video. This is really a museum quality model. I can't believe, every time I look at this, it just blows me away. It's got all the little hoses the size of my finger. Little shift levers. The shocks actually work, the monoshock. It's quite a piece of equipment. My life I've wanted a Ducati, but I don't have 20 grand to go buy one. But the deal was with, and I've told this story before, with Stacy Rose, I financed her first CD with the idea in mind, if she ever gets rich, that I get a Ducati out of the deal. So I don't know if that's like betting on Stubor or what, I'm not sure. But this is an incredible little model, and it gives me a reference point for my red that I otherwise would not have had, because I know this looks really good. If you just see a Ducati drive by, that color red is fabulous, and this is painted with Ducati red. I think the Testarossa is going to be quite a project. So here we are, it's the day before the two-day contest at Northampton. We drive up to the city of Northampton, we're going to go antiquing. Of course, we found out the price of the Northampton motel here, and we found out, well, we'll not be staying there, that's for sure. Anyway, this is a beautiful town. I always like to do a little background. We were only up here one other time, and there's quite a few antique stores, and of course that's Karen's thing. She loves antiquing. Hope the weather's better tomorrow. Flowers everywhere. This is like a town of flowers. Everywhere you look, there's flowers. This is what we do. We come up on Friday, go antiquing. I haven't really found anything yet, but Karen loves to look. And we usually find one or two little things, so it doesn't become a model airplane only weekend. So it's Saturday about, I don't know, 2:30, a little after 2 o'clock. And Red Bull Hummus contest. They had old time stunt today. But the plan is to, this is the first time we've been to this event on this field. And it's in a beautiful part of the country. Oh, I see where they are down there now. This is a small airport, a lot of Piper Cub type planes. We just filled up the van with antiques. Karen admits to buying one van load, but I think we have things on the roof too. No. Ah, Borelli's are here. I see the Borelli machine. Okay, oh, they're flying. Okay. In fact, it's Bobby Champion flying. All right, nice view. I think we'll just sit here and watch Bobby fly in complete comfort and air conditioning. Sounds good to me. Now let's go see what's going on. All right, after all the rain yesterday, didn't stop us from getting any antiques. Anyway, let's see. Is there any room that isn't antiques back here? I don't think so. How much will you admit to this weekend?
2 small purchases.
Oh! 2 tiny purchases. All right. The Lampion is flying. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a sunscreen afternoon. Something unusual. Look at the fuselage on this guy, sideways. So is this where all the high rollers are? The big money event here, the NASCAR event? Hey Bob. How you doing? Good. What got you up this way? Antiquing. I can't fly because we had to leave the plane at the antique dealer. Oh, really? We were an inch away from buying an antique washing machine when I decided no. You tried to go on with it? Rich is coming tomorrow. Yeah. This one of those top flight things? You got your fish out there. There's about 4. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Look at this. Oh yeah, these won't be too popular. There's only about 25 of them here. Yep, the event is changing for the better. Oh my God, Tony Soprano's here. Oh, this guy, look at this guy. Man, you guys are looking good. Where's the Jake the Snake? Hey! Hey, guy!
I kept saying, where's my buddy Lindy?
How you doing, bud? Hey, no wetting my leg here.
That's by email and film.
Okay.
Jerry Pipe.
Okay.
Oh, really? Where did I see him?
Bobby Lampione in the hen house.
In the hen house.
Literally in that. Look at where he hangs out. You think he hangs out with the macho stunt flyers or with the wimps? Hey, we got Mike Cavell here. Massachusetts Mike. Massachusetts Mike Cavell.
No, Maine.
Maine Mike Cavell.
Life should be.
Yeah. Let's see the tooling here, baby. All right, this is the tooling for the. Dave has been working on this for a couple months. Now we have mold. We've already made several carbon fiber wings from composite molds, but of course you're limited by the accuracy of the mold. You know, if the mold is out 1,000,
It weighs a lot more than you think. Yes, it does.
yeah, I don't think you're going to pick that up, Mike.
No, I'm not. I was going to keep it from.
Oh man. Oh, is that going to look at this? Now, how many hours in the NC machine did this take?
18.
18 hours of NC time? Rich Oliver told me the mold that they make the pylon wings with was like $5,000. He just contracted out with the guy that owns APC Props, Bergstrom. That becomes half of a carbon fiber. Obviously, you have a top half too. Now, what you're going to make the Teflon insert for this, Dave?
Yep.
Okay. So if we have Teflon inserts, we're going to be in Fat City.
Whoa.
There's nobody else in the world has what he's got right here. That's it. That I believe.
It weighs over 200 pounds.
Is that right?
About 200 pounds.
Well, but this is Nomex carbon. The tips are molded right in. It's 2 pieces. They just get sandwiched together. It's Nomex. Very easy to repair. Woody has already put it to the test of putting one into the ground and having to glue it. It glues up like fixing a Corvette. You don't have pieces flying all over the place.
Yeah.
And of course we have the Typhoon has a carbon body. I have another plane like this that Elliot Scott has that has a carbon body for Miss Ashley. So the only thing left is the tail and the elevators, and he's already got those molds made. We're just going to be doing, this winter is going to be a fun time. Fun till Daddy takes the carbon fiber T-bird away.
Oh, man. That's what they'll be like. Yeah.
Robbie Gruber flew this at the, it's on that tape I gave you. Robbie Gruber took a flight, he liked it. It's an easy plane to fly. It's no different than a wooden, well, Dave's flown it.
It's an easy plane.
Kaiser's flown it. So from this mold, if we can make production runs, you know, where you can predictably know how much the materials cost, how much, and you know you're not going to throw half of them away. Wow. Yeah, and those wings, when you take them out of the mold, you just hit them with 80 grit paper, prime them, and they're ready to paint.
Yeah.
That is beautiful, Dave.
That is really.
Now, who did that? The machinist at your shop?
Oh, he and I did it together.
No, what I'm saying is, you know.
No, not at our shop.
And this is critical. You got this hole in the right place?
Better be.
No, I'm saying was when you reverse the top piece, it's going to be. Yeah, it looks like it's in the right place. That's the only thing. You put a piece of Scotch tape over that, so you don't get any glue in there.
I don't even know if you can see it anymore.
This is plenty smooth.
No. Right here. The table on the CNC machine, we could only fit we could only cut this much at a time, so we had to cut this much
And reverse it?
and then go. No, just take it, loosen it up, slide it
okay.
over, and do this half.
There's a very faint line if you get it in the right light, but you can't tell.
You can't feel it.
You can't feel it.
But the final product, you're going to sand the primer out anyway, and if it fills with, if you even put a little red lead in there, who
You
cares?
can't even. It's not even 1,000th. It may be 1,000th. That's it.
And when you join it, you want to have the bottom shell in that mold. It holds the bell crank in place. You want to have the landing gear blocks already in place, and when you glue the top shell on and dress the seam off, you're done.
That's it.
It's a done wing.
No,
And I don't see how it can be crooked. I mean, you got to sit on it or something to make it crooked.
No way. Can't be crooked.
So I see that as somewhere in the future, Dave and I are going to have some pretty cool planes.
And I've got rubber.
You got the rubber plugs to put in there?
Rubber plugs that go in these, so when you put everything in, you put the rubber plug in, you pull a vacuum, or you put pressure on the rubber plug, and
The other thing too, you know, is the bleeder cloth.
Yeah.
They get the real
got it off.
Well, that's worth a few pennies, too.
It is. Yeah. There's some dollars in that.
well, there's not when you think of if you can make 50 parts out of it, and you had to make 50 foam wings, then it's a bargain. You know, or 50 somethings, I don't know. Anyway, and the one that's already done, we'll fly that tomorrow. And Woody's got one.
We're gonna fly it today.
Wow, I want to help Woody.
Well, that's.
Woody, get your plane out. Let's go, baby. Team Carbon Fiber is on the blocks here. What do you think?
The brand new one.
Come on.
He hasn't seen this yet.
Looks nice, I would. And you already made parts with the flapping elevator molds, no problem?
Yeah, that rubber works fine.
Beautiful, beautiful.
The rubber is the trick. It gets the edges in.
Yep. That's the only part you needed was the
You don't
edges.
need vacuum.
Nope, that's great. As we play show and tell. This is the real Lightning now, the real old one?
Yeah.
The tri-gear guy?
Yep.
All right. And these plans, these are the ones you donated to Pampa, or are these your personal?
This is my set, but this was published in Flying Models.
Oh, okay.
Adjustable position of the nose wheel.
Yeah, that's cool. I think the position you should have would be in the back and put the two wheels out the front. No, you could reverse these, can't you? Sure you could.
Oh yeah. You can put standard gear if you want a two-wheel in the back.
There's a guy out in St. Louis that has a shark and he keeps breaking a nose wheel out. I said, I'll solve this problem for you. Bend the back gear forward. Yeah.
McEntee?
No. The UPS guy. What can't I remember his name?
Yeah, you know, I don't move these to make a two-wheeler out of it. You just turn the gear.
Flirting around, yeah.
You want it to be tottering on the gear anyhow.
Yeah, you want to be like...
Or else you don't rotate.
Oh, yeah. Forget it. Hey, these look like nice plans.
Yeah. These are directly off the computer. Never had a pencil taken to them. There's all the detail on the wing. That's the I-beam wing.
Yeah. I remember the jig you had when I was by your house.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Hey, you've been around a long time. You must know a lot about this event that we all don't know.
I've made all...
Now, I think this is going to be the first flight on Woody's all-carbon fiber plane. We've shown this on the national videos, but unfortunately, the problem is that we didn't get the time to fly it out at Muncie. And he made this from all the spare parts, from all the original molds that we had little problems with. They were a little defective in some ways. We didn't have the best gel coat, nice fresh gel coat. Okay, this weighs, did you weigh it? 72?
Yeah, right about there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks pretty straight. You've eyeballed it. Your stuff's always straight. So you got some cooling on the motor now?
I sure do.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Both sides and the bottom.
Okay, that's good.
The bottom is all open.
Yeah, that's good. You need some air.
And the two sides.
Okay.
The two sides.
All right.
Two frog holes in the top.
Yep, well, the more the better.
Handles. This one's turned in real tight. This one's way down at the bottom. I don't think you're gonna like that. You might.
Give it one flight. I got cables. If it's not sensitive enough,
I've got other lines.
if it's not sensitive enough.
63.
And I got 64 and a half on the carbon copy. Same thing.
Let's put these on.
Yeah, for one flight, it won't matter. It's just not going to be like the
No.
The test of tests. We just want to get it in the air, see if it's straight, see how it's flying.
Those are the pieces that we made down in
These are all of ones we rejected.
ones we rejected in short.
Yeah. So the rejects even make a halfway decent plane. That's pretty cool.
I only had to fill a little bit, windy right up in here.
Yeah, but who cares? If you had a balsa wood plane, you'd have to fill in little dings too.
And a big curve of the tip I cut right off where it made the straight.
And how much is the span on this? Do you know the span?
52, something like that. I don't know.
It's not 52. It can't be 52.
I cut it off.
60 would be okay. Where's a ruler? You got a ruler?
This looks short.
Well, let's see if it flies. If it does, he can put wingtips on it.
I cut them off where the tips left the straight edge in the back. That was all.
Then it should be 60.
You got any clips?
All right, let's get it fired up. Okay, the first test flight. Test pilot. The one and only Dave Midgley. Oh, he's wimping out on me. The wing looks half level. Yeah, it's a little too fast. Too fast. Just richened up 2 clicks. Richened up 2 clicks for the next flight. You won't even hurt that landing it inverted. First off, you probably have the tank out of shim, that when you went inverted, it just went like, you know, it shut off. Just land it inverted. Nothing's going to happen. You're not going to hurt anything at all. Another reason to buy carbon. Just pancake it in. Not even a scratch. Dave, the tank is out of shim and Woody set the needle too lean. We'll straighten it out. Flight 1 ends in an inverted landing. No tank shim. I'll open it one more, fill it up. And you can see there's not even a scratch on it because it's landing in grass, of course. If you have to land it inverted, you're not even going to scratch the paint. Alright, so flight 2, we're just going to go a little richer on the needle, and then you may have to pull the engine out tonight to shim it, but let's make sure we know we're going in the right direction. It was just too lean, that flight. We'll just try to figure out which way we're going to shim this. A couple lazy 8s would be fine. You can tell right away which way it's going to go. It's breaking okay both ways, Woody. All right, so let's see what he does. Flight 2. Let's try this one first. We have one of George Aldrich's old BY&O that has I'm not sure it's a 60 pitch, but
We got fuel in it.
these are real wide blades, so we're going to give this one try. Put fuel in it. Let's see. Let the motor run a little harder than it was with the APC.
Fuel this, Woody. Down in the side here.
This will be flight number 3 with the carbon BY&O prop. going to be too, it looks a little slow. Watch out, Woody. Yeah, it looks a little too slow. See, that prop doesn't have a lot of prop load. You'd have to run that a little harder if you want to use that. But we'll give it one more try with the needle, about 2 or 3. You know, you want to hear it burp on the ground. You're going to run that prop. Okay, so we have a rich run. All right, this is the other 3-blade. This is the thin blade one. And then after this, it'll be the zinger. So this will be flight 4. Still too slow. I can tell by now, this is worse than the other one. If you're going to run that much pitch, you got to run the motor a lot harder. Okay. Now, let's see who's got a 12.5 zinger around, Woody, while he's wasting his tank of fuel. How cool is this? Of course, we're on an active airport. Right, well, we're having a rich run. This is flight 4. Like we're going to have a Cessna come out for a takeoff. And right here is the active. Hey, if they weren't active, we could use this runway. What a place. You could have 100 runway circles. Turned out to be a night. After that rain yesterday, I'm just glad it's not raining. I've heard that out on the other end of this runway, we're not really supposed to go out there. Maybe I'll ask the FBO tomorrow. There's some older planes and some home builds that might be worth taking a look at. Be cool. So right now we want to try to get a 13. Woody's got a 13.6 rev up. That's balanced and everything. All right, put that on. See, as this goes to the end of the flight, it gets leaner, but it's still too slow. It's going to be a razor edge thing. If you're off by one click of the needle, it'll be no good. No good. Let's get more pitch on there. Stay out there. We're just going to put the 13.6 on. Woody just put the 13.6 rev up on. We know that'll work. That's an old staple of Tiger 60 days, and he's got one. It's balanced. We know we'll be able to get a reasonable lap time with that. Even if you miss the needle, you'll get. Even if you miss the needle with a 13.6, it'll fly. That's not enough pitch.
The needle valve setting was okay.
Yeah, but the pitch was wrong.
The pitch, there was no drive.
So take those 2 3-blades, and you're not going to use them. That's the bottom line.
Back to you.
No, one is his.
Oh.
One is Woody's. Who's 2 little blades?
Give me the nut that goes on the back.
You got it. Very cool to have a flying circle right on a.
That prop probably would be fine on my. I got it for the 065.
So we've antiqued, watch planes take off, watch them do their run-ups, change props. This will be the 5th flight on the carbon plane. And I hope we're going to be close enough that they will start to be able to do parts of a stunt pattern, or maybe all of a stunt pattern. Now, if I had my air coupe, I could have flown up. Zambelli could have flown up to this field, got out of the plane, took his plane out. Very neat thing to be on an active flying field while you're doing your model airplane thing. Very, very cool. And if you haven't seen, the mountains in this area are just spectacular. They look like the mountains on my model railroad, in fact. Very, very cool. Okay, back to work. 13.6 rev up. The thing, as always, is we could have speeded the engine up, but then we're off the power curve where we don't want to be. And I alluded to that on the tape before this, how you could trick yourself into getting a setup that would only work under one condition. A 13.6 rev-up has enough pitch that even if you miss the needle rich, the plane is going fast enough. And if it goes fast in any condition except high winds, it's not going to kill you. A 13.6 rev-up is not really 6 inches of pitch, it's really 5. They're always pitched one number wrong. Looks like he's got the speed. It's one click too lane, but that's okay. It's close enough to trim the rest of the plane out. Close enough for a plane made out of spare parts. If I made a human being out of spare parts, he'd look just like me. And so it came to be on the North Hampton weekend. Karen bought out all the antique dealers, and Woody's carbon plane finally got to fly like a real airplane. Chickadoodle would be proud. Flight 6, Woody's taking a flight.
We definitely need nose.
Okay. Well, he needs his own handle. He's using your handle on it. But we've basically got a lot of good feedback on it so far. All right, we'll see what he says when he lands it. Let's see if he likes it. Now, what we're going to try to do with Dave's plane, and then we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more flights before we have to go for dinner. What we're going to try to do is a very simple thing that a lot of people, maybe they haven't tried or do try. We're going to move the lead-outs back about 1/4 inch. Now what that does, it lets the plane stop in a more defined way. Instead of doing this, it'll stop. Now, a lot of times, if you move them too far back, it's going to lose the turn. Instead of rotating, it's going to give you a mushy turn. So to get the turn back, we're going to take some of the nose weight out too. And if we get a chance to do both, even better. Another way too is if there's nothing else you can get out of the nose, you can put a little bit of solder on the tail wheel. So lead-outs back, CG back. Lead-outs forward, CG forward. But the combination that seems to work best on Cardinals is to have the lead-outs relatively far back, about 1.5 inches behind the CG or more, and then have as much weight out of the nose as you can get. Or if you can't get any more out, a little brass tail wheel. Don't tell me you're yawning, Woody. Yeah, we were
Sleep last night.
We had to switch rooms 4 times last night.
Why?
4 times. They put us by the ice machine. You couldn't, no way. Every time somebody get ice. Then we moved across the hall 2 rooms down, and they were having a party in the room. They made the bed, but they never cleaned the bathroom. Karen went in the bed. There's garbage on the floor, beer bottles and everything. Probably the employees at the hotel. Then we go into the room across the hall. We both get in bed, and there's 3 kids upstairs banging and jumping. You heard that?
1:30 in the morning.
Oh man! And the manager went up there, and he couldn't get him to stop. I said, I demand a new room. He gave us another room. I just want a new room. And he said, oh, we can't do that. You're in the computer. I said, sure you can. 5 minutes later, we had a new room. And this morning, he was all apologetic about it and everything. Oh, Mr. Hurtnowski.
This morning, I said, this is a good room, and it's a very expensive room.
Yeah.
I've been up since 1:30 this morning with these people banging
These
all over the
kids.
floors upstairs.
Well, I'm going to find out tonight if they're still in. They're in 213. If they are.
I was the basket case.
If they are, we're going to do a Tony Soprano on them. They're getting their car TP'd. This is where the whole crew is staying at the Econo Lodge, and one thing, it's a brand new, unlike the Econo Motel out in Muncie. And they just have flowers everywhere. I just can't believe how many flowers there are in New England this time of year. Just these big bouquets of flowers everywhere we go. Down at PJ Scott's. Oh, another antique dealer. Look.
Where's this one?
We passed some horse farms and some... Look at the rolling hills in the back. What a beautiful part of the country. You've never been up to Bill Hummel's contest? Don't miss it. It's a great time. Bring your wife up, buy some antiques. Just a great time. Looks like we're having a nice day here. And we're all getting together. I think we have 20 people for our annual banquet dinner. See, we have the banquet before the contest. Just works out. Hey, look, soft serve ice cream. Works out better that way. Good seeing Mike Cavell today. Hope he'll be able to join us tomorrow. Noel took the highway. He got here in half the time.
If you followed us, you got blind with us.
Famous, where we always hold our banquet, PJ Scott's. Who won this battle?
I thought you would have had 2 drinks by now. That's right.
I thought you'd already be having dessert.
We're trying to go down to
there's
91
Wendy,
there.
follow him.
There's an accident or some traffic was just all stopped.
So you followed us?
Yes.
You coward.
I said to hell with it. I turned around, came back, and Mary said, oh, there's Wendy.
What a mistake.
Or
God, it was worth it. You got to see some more of the world anyway. I heard you forgot something when you packed. Is that true?
What?
I heard you forgot something when you packed.
No underwear.
No underwear.
No underwear.
Check it out. He has no underwear left.
If I moon you,
Pull his face down.
feel me out.
Get out of here. Feel me
He
up.
mooned us in the
I didn't say feel me
pool.
up, I said feel me
My
out.
wife said you were doing obscene things in the pool.
Nah, I just get a little mooning.
He mooned us.
He's not a classy guy.
No, this was a classy moon.
Classy moon?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Not Doug Moon, it was classy
Honey,
moon.
look, a little love bed.
Honeymoon.
the best one was that the one Ron Connors did.
Ron Connor's on Windy Videos, 91 Nats. Look at the flowers. I love the flowers up here, Joe. Look at the flowers over there even. Look at this. Unreal. We won't get you on the tape. These guys are all drunk. It's a birthday party. It's Bobby's birthday.
I wish it was me.
72. He doesn't look a day over 71, does he? What are you, 72 tonight? You didn't fall for that old word, big group trip, are you? Monica? Okay. Listen, here's the deal. See the guy with the purple shirt? Yeah. It's really his birthday, but the couple with him, it's their anniversary, so we want to have a little celebration with it. I think they're both stoned already, though. So Noel and Wendy had a race to get here. Noel won. All right.
Great. Wendy, how are you?
The better are Chickadooley brothers.
Careful, I know. Who was trying to see you?
Nice and quiet with him over there.
Father? No fingers on fire there.
Listen in this group that does not have underwear on. Can you guess who it is? It's Champione! You get the first prize. You have a pair of women's underwear we can let him borrow?
Only red bombs.
Ryan, just so you know, your dinners are served with a fruit cup. Your choices are baked scribe, chicken teriyaki, baked stuffed chicken, prime rib, and baked scallops. Your dinners come with a baked potato and a house salad, and you have your choice of vanilla or chocolate or rainbow sugar for ice cream with it. Okay, and I'm just going to go around and get everybody's order, so that way when I serve the dinners, I know who they go to. Okay? What would you like for dinner?
You didn't see my car. No, I caught it.
We took a shortcut.
Were you apparently not screwed up?
We found out that guy.
There must be a long drive. It was definitely a long drive.
So Jake, triplane man is all repaired and back in action. You got the wife carrying the battery still? Hey, you know what we're gonna do later? Let's hide his car battery. That'll really piss him off. This contest is for the dogs. Listen, you foam wing dog. Can you growl? Oh, he's mean. Wow. Am I in big trouble? Woo! Get him. Come on, get him. Come on, come on. A marriage made in hell. Hey, the Panther classes, and it looks like we have some weather so far. It can change in a hurry. It's got a real nice entry. Looks like Triplane Man has this thing put back together.
They both top up 10,000 on them.
It's exactly 10 because it's resonating on the camera. 10,000 frames a second. How you doing, Jim? Good. Yeah, good. Where's your wife? You kill her with the battery yet? She's in a funeral parlor.
She's at church.
What?
She's at
church.
Bless her soul.
When you die, you got time for church. This is a man's event.
How you doing, Wendy?
You got plenty of time when you die, Jim, and you may be coming up on that time.
Hey, on the way home on the highway.
So do me a favor, you bet. Listen, if you happen to croak today, do I get the 256s? I could use one. I got a plane.
Yeah, he gets the 256, but I like him too much to give him the plane. The porta potty gets the airplane, but he gets the engines.
It's Rimback's plane. I got to fly this out the Nats. An excellent airplane and motor setup. This guy's still flying good, huh? This guy's good to give him away the car. Oh yeah? What, are you going to wrap the tickets off? Well, Bill hasn't decided, I don't think. I wanted him to give it to the intermediate runner. Yeah, that sounds like the right choice. But we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, mister, where are you from?
Hey, Cobb and Cappy. Cobb and Cappy. You had a flight already today?
I've been up twice already today.
Oh, you fuel hog.
I'm ready to go.
It's embarrassing. Guys come up and they hog up the whole circle. I guess the money that's available at this meet, you're going for the paycheck, huh?
Yeah, right. Where's your car?
All the way at the end. What do you got? Something you got? Give it to Karen.
You want to pick out? I got 2 CB radios. You told me at the Nats.
Oh, yeah.
You said, bring me one.
Well, bring me one that works.
I brought you 2.
Oh, that's enough.
One works.
I can talk to myself all the way home.
Yeah, right.
All the way. Wow, maybe Demet's going to team trials with me, so I don't even need a CB. Well, use his.
Probably. At least you got one.
So here it is, the first repaired, the first real carbon wing, and it's still flying. Is that amazing? Woody, you're an amazing guy.
Those are really big, boy. On the side of this Jack, it'll take him 2 weeks to service it, and you tell me how much it is, and I'll pay for it. I won't give you something that doesn't work.
Okay. All right. Just open up the back of the truck and shove it in there. There's plenty of room. Thinks see start on that. So Rich Jacoboni. One thing. One way or another, we're going to be entertained today. Jim Sumner's here with the twin right flyer. Bob Robertro, who was a judge this year, was about 9 or 10 years in a row our pit boss. One of the pit bosses with Woody at Canats. Yeah, but that's always flown good, Dave. Even when he had the other engine in it. He was flying 6-0 laps and doing the back. Oh, Provolone's setting up his tent. This is trouble. This could be embarrassing. John Duncan's Hyperbike. We've been dying to see this fly. I don't know if he's got it flown yet. No, he doesn't have the... No, maybe he does. This was a Steve Russo design. We'll get him to do some show and tell later, maybe. Johnny, of course, cutting the foam wings for everybody, for us anyway. I'm doing the super light wings for Les Demmett. I think we got 7 of them down at the shop right now for our upcoming 40, which is unfortunately been delayed by some of Les Demmett's family health issues. So we're going to be back on that case very soon. Les is dying to get that going. He's got 3 Rojet 40s, 7 wings. We're going to come up with something. We're not sure what, but John Duncan has been our main man on foam, and he really does a great job.
No, I will. I think I did once, and I can't remember.
What business?
It's kind of slow. I took my Indian out the other day to go up to the Springfield here, and I had to make a battery. You know, the battery I bought was 1972. It finally died.
Sounds like my car.
Well, you know, I emptied it out a few times over the years, and you know,
vacuumed out all the crap out of the bottom of it.
And then filled it with new acid, but I couldn't get any more, so I hollowed it out, one of the little jet batteries. And
Yeah.
no, he took it for a ride around the block. I had no rear brakes. The wheel had the backing plate was rubbing on the seal, and then the seal broke away from the hub. The backing plate. And then it leaked out between where the seal should seal.
Yeah.
I hadn't run it in 3 years.
They had a thing on Speed Vision about the Indian Motorcycle Company. Pretty cool.
The new company?
Yeah, well, the new company. Obviously not the old one, but pretty cool. What happened to the front pilot? He bailed out. He chickened out.
He got it. He said, the heck.
What a coward. He said, forget this nonsense.
Windage, what do you know?
You should put the front guy in there holding his eyes like, oh no, I don't want to see this.
I gotta get another one of those.
Oh, here he comes. Oh my God. We're all in trouble now.
Well, I'm still learning.
We all still learn. I need to...
Uncle Jim. Flies the triplane into your coffin.
Should have been here yesterday, Wendy.
I was here. I saw you fly this.
When? No, that's right.
Oh, there was 4 of them here yesterday. 5 of them or something.
When was the last time you ever saw that many nobles in a lineup like this?
When you don't have to build them, they'll be here, you know?
1957.
You know how many people like ice cream? Give it away for free and you'll find out. When you don't have to milk the cow, a lot more people like ice cream.
That's right.
This philosophy lesson brought to you by Uncle Reverend Jim.
I hadn't seen that many in a lineup since 1957 when it first came out.
Yeah, I felt like we were at Aldridge's house or something.
I know.
They all look the same, too.
He's probably laying there now going,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You say, why couldn't I have been born a little later? Looks nice, Dave. Very good. Well, looks better than in pictures. Take apart plane 2. I'm not sure if they built that. Let's see if you built it from a kit or if it's from plans. Very nice. And we have a turnout. It looks like we're going to have a great meet. In fact, they're rolling in 2 minutes. Somebody new is rolling in here, so go up, see the pilot meeting, and get on with the meet. Now, a lot of people like us, we may not get to fly the second flight, I don't know, because we have kind of a long ride back, but I guess most of the people do. So a lot of hugging and kissing going on here. A lot of male bonding.
Intermediate down in the... Hey! Hold it down over there, right? Intermediate up to the left.
Jeez. Who said Hitler was dead?
On the right here. Porta John is ours. Help yourself. You need paper, come and see me. It's a no, it's not circles are spaced pretty well, but please remember safety when you're walking around. Stay out of the pits. If you're not working on an airplane, be careful walking around.
How come you're looking at Sleepy when you say that?
You know? Hey, I didn't say it, did I, Sleepy? Right. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Today we're going to be bringing...
Hey, no male bonding in public here.
We're going to be bringing around...
Go to the bathhouse.
Help offset the cost of the meat. We have engines, fuel, kits, props, all donated that we're going to be giving away as part of the 50-50, plus cash, plus the fully built Stunt News cover cardinal with Rodak 40 on it. All right, so if you want to take a 50-50 ticket, we're
Jack, come on, buy some tickets.
Is it the original 50-50? No round the world's ticket.
And this is 50-50, Brett.
Round bucket ticket. Please help us out, okay? 6 for 5. Gary Byers and I. No. 6 for 5. Bucket ticket. No. Come on.
Look at this. Look at his discount.
That lets you cheap guys spend $5. Otherwise, he's only going to spend the bill.
Isn't there a
Gary Byers. $5 there.
Go out there next year.
Gary Byers and I are the CDs. If you have problems or questions, we want you to have fun today. Ask Wendy. Ask Wendy.
Yeah, see Wendy.
You can walk around all you want. Gary doesn't have an airplane. Everybody, all flyers. All flyers and all judges. The grass is as good as we can make it. Get out of the grass fast. Okay? Don't try to do your extended takeoffs in this grass. Please.
Everybody gets 40 points for takeoff.
All right, judges will take into account that you're on.
I want to see Cavalier takeoff.
There's one other thing. There was a contest. Windy videos in the original Barking Banana
money!
If you can guess the name of the person who's not wearing any underwear today.
Hey! Free bark and banana videos.
Okay, trying to meet everybody's needs as far as appearance points. We're going to award appearance points in advanced and expert. Okay?
Be honest.
Not in beginner or intermediate. And yeah, honesty's up to you. Okay? Questions, comments?
Shoot ass, huh?
All right, gentlemen, start your motors. Start your engines.
We'll spit so tight you can't pull them down. You know what we do? We'll get a fish hook and a string and hook it to an end where he's not even expecting it. We're flying. We'll reel his fast. $5 for the guy.
Wildly fly.
You want me to sneak up behind you?
Sneak up and get him. Get him.
I'll bet it flies for it too. Actually, I brought the little Kentucky fiber.
Hey! You're not getting any extra videos.
You're not going to see it. It's camouflage.
It's up there!
Missouri
I just had my change operation.
Look at him.
Hey, they turn you into man.
Well, we're getting ready down at Expert for the first round.
I just decided to buy this one.
We'll be in the back here where Billy's got a practice flight going. Suarez, a practice flight, North Hampton, 2003. Sunday morning, looks like we'll have some decent weather. Smoking mirrors. Not using your wheel pants today? I can't believe it. The wheels are split. Yeah, it's a special technology. Split.
American racing. The lettering on Bill is small, the lettering on Teresa is large. This guy understands things.
He's got his relationship all worked out.
Get it right.
Get it right, Billy, baby.
That's it. You take care of your women and they'll take care of you.
You buy him a $50,000 car and they'll take care of you.
Yes, they will.
I'm not so sure that technology wasn't invented before we were born. Something about that.
Rick Clark.
Windy, it looks way too fast. The motor's screaming. Screaming. Jim Sumner's triplane getting ready for its first official flight. Looks like he's got them both running. As he one shut off, he's got to restart it. This part, oh, he's got it started both of it. This is always part of the adventure. The triplane adventure. Boy, we got some flights of this on the Nats video that are just out of control. You see we're standing, we're really downwind. We don't want to be anywhere near this, just in case. Jim tends to be dangerous. Oh, another one shut off again. Jim's got two of them running. Come on, Duncan, run!
Go,
run.
John!
Go, John! Run for your life! Run for your life! The triplane's coming! Run for your life! Okay, Sumner's got both of them running. Car battery's gone.
Now, can you shut them off at the same time?
I don't know. It flies on one engine. Okay, he runs to the circle. Now usually the handle's on upside down and he's got to switch the cables. Let's see. No, I guess he's got it right this time. Okay. The bombastic triplane takes to the air. Good. Good. Jim, inventing his own pattern as he goes along, does the wing over 2 laps into the flight. Oh, this is great. Jim decides to leave out inverted flight, so he just goes right into the outside loop, inventing the pattern as he goes. Jim from time to time will just invent the pattern as he goes. Says, who's George Aldrich? Don't put a level lap in between, Jim. It's not necessary. This is a local outside triangles. A maneuver not really in the book.
He hasn't flown it since he
Oh, regular triangles. Now I see the battery light coming on, so I'm not going to be able to get the rest of his flight. But Jim's a showman. Oh yeah. Take a little break in the flight action here. Somebody's going up for a flight. Literally for a flight. Turned out to be an outstanding day. Breezy, but absolutely much better than the rain we had the 2 days before. We were around North Hampton. Let's see who's out in the back. Dick Campbell flying his Prowler disguised as a Saturn profile that he flies very well. A really nice sight. I hope we're going to get to draw some more people next year. Maybe some people will check out the video and say, this would be a lot of fun to be here. We're less than 3 hours from New York City. And we do have quite a few people from the circle burners and the area around there up here. And we got, not sure the gentleman's name, but one of our younger contestants here. I'd like to get some of his flight on the video. Really like to see those ARF Noblers bringing people back. Like to see these young men. I think there's two of them here too. Flying the Banshee. I'm not sure if this is the beginner pattern or intermediate. I'm not sure. Midgley's home field, so he's determined to get a win. So what does he do? He's got Rich the Goat Jacobone mowing the grass for him. Look at this. They don't mow the grass for me and Suarez. They mow it for Midgley. Look at this. Look at this. No status. Actually, nobody's had any trouble getting out of the grass today. But we did have all that big rain on Friday. What, he hit his plane. Yeah, Rich, you're worth whatever they're paying you. No doubt about that. You ought to double your pay. Hard to believe. Somebody's going to land on that lawnmower before the week's over, too. Yeah, don't put it away way off the circle. Leave it as close as possible so somebody can hit it.
I got them lighter, but they didn't actually get it in. Well, actually, the ones you ate for this mostly were a couple that Joey did.
Dave, don't fly into the lawnmower. Had Rambo show up on the field. Rich Jacobone's pit crew, the Stuka pit crew. All right, this is going to be Dave Midgley, first official flight. On his freshly mowed lawn, freshly mowed grass.
We're mowing the grass a lot today.
Yeah. I bet there's one spot out there that's real nice and low.
They should have hired me to cut the grass out here with my nice big 4-stroke powered mower.
That's right. You got it.
A hefty fee.
Sato powered mower. That typhoon out there, I'll mow the grass.
Everybody, if you have enough fun at your house and you need your grass mower, just buy your thing as long as you can get it to your grass and you get it fine. Right, Wendy?
You got it, baby.
struggle that I can make. It's all good. This other one that's got a molded cow, I made the plug, and Wendy molded the cow, and made a mold for it. And the flaps are somewhat different than this one. And the elevator is wider or shorter. So these are the minor changes that I made with that one. And of course the other one, this one, I'm going to paint the nose yellow because when I'm flying with the trees in the background, some things depending on the light, you can't see it. The fact that we're sitting here before and from there, I was here when you said that. I couldn't see it. When you said it, my face, I'm seeing it. That camouflage works. From there, you can't see off it. It depends on the light. Because, of course, if you have a different light,
I like the walk.
but that's why I'm painting the nose yellow, some yellow in the rudder and the windshield. Yeah, they have one painted like that. So it's still going to be steady scale. And it's going to just be somewhat different than this one. No, I stay in my garage, and I don't have a I put on the air conditioner. I know I'm turning up the air conditioner. Yeah. But I wear a respirator. Because this stuff is But even though I put the air conditioner on, it's humidified. Until the fall. And then we'll play around with it. Hopefully I'll be able to get some flights in before the next season starts. The humidity rate is just so high. Wow. Yeah, that's all good. Colors I make myself. Citron just came in with his wife Kim. We've worked on this plane on a subscriber video. Let's see if he's got it running. He'll be over there in intermediate. No, you said you had tail weight on it now? Yeah, I got a little bit. All right, I'll be watching the flight for you. Well, I'm just starting with that. I'm probably going to go a little more. You can go a lot more. You'll be surprised. And as you do it, Noel, move the lead outs back. That same thing we talked about, moving the lead outs back and getting the CG back. A lot of times you can find some sweet spots in there. You're up next, Dick? look at it because I picked up your battery and your
Takeoff was beautiful just now. Actually, I took off my load. By the time I got around, I was still only like there.
Hey, breezy but nice.
There's a plane.
Yeah, they're taxiing doing flying lessons here. An old Drindeck. And believe me when I tell you, when I got to fly this plane at the Nats, this is a good one. This is one I would have no trouble. A couple of days of practice and we could go right out to the worlds. Nats, anything. Good flying plane. Designed by Steve Busso. It's a kind of a variant of a shrunk down Pattern Master. Excellent, excellent plane. When I flew the plane at the Nats, I felt it could use a little tail weight, and maybe the lead outs move just a little further back. But of course, these are all personal preference things, and Noel is working with having some, nice, working with having some tail weight in the plane right now. And I asked him before, he said he was going in that direction, and he was going to try even more tail weight soon. That was a real nice hourglass, Dave.
I like my outside squares.
The hourglass, you should put that in a bag or something and take it to the Nats with you next time.
Now you want the other secret? Yeah, Billy Simon's got me there. I got it. You got it on this? Coming down at the bottom. Take a step toward the plane. One step.
But I do that occasionally. Not always, but I do that. Occasionally I step in. Give it a little vibe.
Yeah, it slows the plane down.
The bottom of the triangle to the bottom of hourglass.
Yeah, an old Drindeck putting a nice flight here. It's getting a little breezier than it was this morning, but it's still flyable by every dimension.
I was happy.
Are you coming to our September meet? When is it? September 7th.
I see no reason why I can't.
Good. Randy's coming.
Randy Smith?
Yeah, he told me.
I'm not coming then.
I'll be there.
Hey, Wendy, I hope you get this landing. Pour some wine something.
Now you can tell who the people in stunt you get the proper respect for. Rich Jacobone, of course, taking off the opposite way. He's got Dave the mow. Look, he's gonna mow Rich right into his plane.
Just went through the outside tip.
Oh, I wish I would have went to college and I could have had a job where I didn't have to do landscaping all day long. Oh my God. Working in the hot sun for Rich Jacobone, such heavy work. You better believe it. Next up, Rich Jacobone. There's a illustrious pilot's been taking off and landing basically every time we get a flight here. Cessna City. Watch out, Noel. Rich Jacobone, first official. Well, it's turned out to be a hot day. One by one, people are changing into shorts and bathing suits and everything. He's gonna land right on Lampione's plane. Alright, we're done with the first round. It's time for another little lunch break. And we'll see if the weather's going to hold. It looks like some clouds might be rolling in. But we've gotten the first round in, and it's been a good one.
Don't make it too hot.
Uh-oh, they're landing on Lampione's plane.
Yeah, it's right up against the heat.
All that fuel, all that attitude to grab one person? Well, I made a mistake.
Very cool, very cool. We got their tickets ready. We're having a big raffle. You got the grapes. Big raffle, big raffle. Who's going to win the Profile Cardinal?
Let me get tickets. Excuse me.
He's a fundraiser already.
He comes around without any change.
Take the plane, take the plane. Hey, don't let Sumner enter unless he has 3 tickets.
First prize is a set of wings from Johnny Duncan for a Profile Cardinal. Go ahead, read the number.
0535628.
5628. 0535628.
Everybody's tickets start 05.
Debbie Borelli.
Debbie Borelli, a good play.
That's just what you need. PC props. Wendy says these are the magic 4-stroke props. This is it.
He lies.
Hey, it's Peabody.
Got it.
876.
For the LA 46.
You got it. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, you do.
Thank you, Wendy.
Oh.
945. 945.
Thank God I didn't win this.
945.
Second prize is 2 Windy takes.
Notice nobody's claiming.
Everybody wins again. Fix. Shake up the tickets.
Make this if he wins the 50.
Shake up the
Yeah, win
tickets.
the little stuff, Peabody. That's right. Win the little stuff.
Motor was not rare.
Whoa.
From the 90s. 1890s, right?
Maybe.
That's good. 742. Blue Willard Fox 35. All right. 742. All right. That's right up your alley, too.
Hey.
731.
Shuffle him up a little bit. Too many sevens.
731.
Shuffle them up.
731.
Give it to Mikey.
Mike's in the kit business. Mix them up. Shake them up.
Mix them up.
Mix them up.
You mix them up.
Shake them up. Come on, Dawn.
You mix them up.
Mix them up, Dawn. Mix
Now
them
we'll
up.
see the pressures on.
Yeah.
Pick it. Go ahead.
Pick one.
Go ahead. Pick one. Here.
This one right there.
When you gonna wrap the Oreos? Wait a minute. Whoa. What are we riffling off here? We got a Thunder Tiger 36 by Byron Barker.
Hold on, we gotta get a different ticket. 809.
It is.
Did you real?
Fix.
Man,
Oh,
man. I don't know. All right. Did we give everything away here?
this one Taylor needs another motor.
I'm waving off the ticket raffle. I waved it off at the beginning. We gotta do it all over.
All right.
What do you need?
Bucks.
Apple, 180 or
180.
Wow, good job. Karen, get your tickets.
If I don't win, I'm gonna 759.
759.
I got it!
College.
Unfortunately, you're too young to take the money, so we're gonna have to hold on.
Yeah, we're gonna take you to Bada Big after the contest.
Alex, my best buddy.
All right, here's the bucket list. Yeah,
$6.95.
Mike again.
Karen.
5. I wanted that. I did too. 695 gets the Cardinal.
Karen!
There it is.
Oh, Peabody gets the Cardinal. Oh, what a rip-off. What a rip-off.
You have to move all the planes because they're going to take a plane out of the hangar, a real plane. Kind of exciting. Hey, good raffle. Throw the planes out into the back of the hangar. We're going to pull out one of the one or more of these.
Make sure they protest that thing.
Piper Archer here. Look at this. They have a power mower. Or power something. What the hell? What is this? We're mowing the grass by hand, and we could have had a power weed whacker or whatever that is. Pretty cool. This has turned out to be a fabulous day. It's cool to be on a little airport, planes, skydivers. There's all kind of action going on here. Now, I think they've started round 2. Yeah, round 2 of intermediate. Betty's new prize from the raffle, the Brodak Cardinal.
I mean, you left early. There's your prize.
Second place. Whoa. Whoa, I'll save this forever. I think I'll mail it to Dan. Hold it. I'll mail it to Daniel.
They temporarily halted the second round because we had some lightning in the air, but the lightning has since subsided, but not sure what they're going to do the rest of the contest. Jim Sumner's going to take a flight. One engine shut off.
Already. And it's the one that's been running.
Having one engine out never stopped Jim in the past. Losing the top wing never stops him. He's determined to put on a show for the people. As the tripe goes through its paces on one engine. Hey Woody, all the weight is in the fuselage.
That's right. Real mini.
Looks like it flies better on one engine than on two. just heard him announce that it's a one-round contest, so we will not be flying in. There is thunder in the air, so we sure don't want to have anybody fly and get hurt or anything. It's a local contest, it's a fun deal. We sure don't want to have somebody get hurt. And I'm guessing this will be the last flight, and then they'll do the trophy presentation. Smart move, yeah. Smart move. Excellent. So this will be the last flight. Second round scores won't count. You should just put one engine in the middle of this and be done with it. Put 156 in here, and 156 seems to be pulling it okay. Be a little bit lighter, it'd be about 25 ounces lighter without the other motor too. Anyway, it was a great weekend. We really did have a good time. Karen got her antiques. We got some flying in. We got to help Woody. Hope that information helps other people that are trimming out new planes. Got to renew a lot of old friendships with our people up in this area of the country. Got to see a nice area of the country. North Hampton is a beautiful area. 5 colleges are in this immediate area. We had a great banquet last night. And we got to see Jim Sumner do his triplane thing. Defueling their planes, getting ready to put them away. And as we say that, some more raindrops are starting to fall. Looks like we just got one round of the contest in. He gets to go home with the award of the day. The Brodak Cardinal with the Brodak 40 engine.
Okay, excellent. Oh look, yeah, where'd you go?
Alright, those guys didn't hear, there's a line of thunderstorms moving in, so for safety's sake, we're canceling the rest of the meet. What happens is we throw out the second round scores, only the first round scores count. That's the only fair way to do it, even those of you who flew very well in the second round. Hey, such is life. Yesterday, old-time stunt. Third place, Gary Byers.
Hey!
Second, Ray Dufour.
Hey!
First place, Bob Gost. All right.
Whoa!
Where is that?
Need a car?
I'll take it.
Okay. Thanks, Billy. Beautiful. Also from yesterday. Also from yesterday, classic. Jimmy Borelli, third place.
Hey!
Nice job. Okay. Number 2, Bob Lefioni.
Hey! A gift certificate for underwear.
No underwear or anything.
No underwear. Gee, I did.
That's the hot gift.
Don't worry about it. First place, Rick Campbell.
Hey!
Ice cream for everybody. Ice cream for everybody. All right, the slightly abbreviated today beginner. Let's see, Ray Dufour actually won Ray's going to pass it down to the second, third, and fourth guys. So for first place, we're going to say it goes to Alex Clark. Let's do third place. And Byers. Second place, Erwin James. Where is Erwin? He's here somewhere. First place, Alex Clark. Yay! Next job.
And he won all the money.
Take us out for lunch.
Intermediate.
Why Lampy owns some underwear?
Intermediate. Third place, Lionel Chamberlain.
Hey!
Move him up.
Pull him up. Pull him up.
Second place, coming back from the other side, been going for quite a while, Ken Richter.
Hey!
All right, right behind us here. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Nice job, Andy. Okay. First place intermediate. Looks like Steven Yampolsky.
Oh!
Move him up.
Big Dwayne! Yeah, oh.
Way to go, nice job. Okay.
I'd like to take a 20-minute speech before.
Come on!
Rich Peabody.
Rich Peabody!
The man with the cardinal, where is he? Nice job. And first place, it looks like it's coming back to him, Bob Robertshaw.
Bob the Judge!
There you go, Bob. Congratulations, way to go.
Now you get to be Woody's boss.
Okay, expert. Third place. Richard Carville, all right.
Oh!
Okay, number 2. Is that right, Wendy? First place by 2 points, gentleman Bill Suarez.
Hey! Give him the bill for breakfast.
Nice job. Thank you all very much. Yeah. What's another trophy? Thank you, judges. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, judges. Next, hey, Dave Cook, your meet in the fall is 2021 September. Yeah. At Rentham.
Saturday and Sunday, whatever that is.
How much does it cost to rent them? Rent underwear, you buy it. You buy it, you don't rent it. Palisade.
Bill Hummel called the contest just in the nick of time. As we leave there and make our trek back to New Jersey, back to wonderful New Jersey. It actually worked out pretty well. We got to see Mike Cavell for a while. We got to hang out with the guys from Mass. And we'll definitely get home before dark. We're finally back home, and congratulations to Billy Suarez on a great win. We always enjoy these local meets, and special thanks to Bill Hummel. He puts together a great combination of fun. We have a little time to spend with each other. We bring our wives, and it was really great seeing Mike Cavell. Hope he's going to enjoy interacting with all the guys up in the Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire area. As I close this out, and we're at the end of the tape, this is from Bob Palmer, and I want to put this in Stunt News. And he's talking about the B-25. I sent him some videos. Of course, he's living with his daughter in Montana. Jan, his daughter, brought home a baby crow, and he's now full grown. Well, then he goes on and on about some of the adventures. He's obviously had a great time. It's a 2-page letter. Not one time in here does he mention what a cool guy I am. What he does, he talks about the crow. Anyway, Bob, I got kind of a crow of my own here. And it's funny how many things we all share in common. That is just amazing. I'm going to write something cute in Stunt News about this. Have it on my desk. Bob, I hope that crow does well. Check this crow out here. Crow? Chickadoodle. It's funny how many things we share, how many things we have in common. And through model aviation, we get to know each other better, and there goes the phone. Chicky. Gotta go get the phone.
Hey!
Biting. Chicky, here comes Mommy. You're in big trouble, baby. What a guy. What a guy. Checking out the action. Bob Palmer, you are some kind of special guy. Anyway, see you on the next tape. We got some really cool stuff coming. I didn't even get time or energy to put it on this tape, but we got some beautiful stuff on the next tape. See you then.